Hello, welcome to Broad Mind. Today being the second day in the month of January 2026, I want to throw my observation in the political situations of Nigeria right now. The APC and Tinubu, President Tinubu-led administration, there is tension in APC and President Tinubu-led administration. There is total panicking in the midst of President Tinubu cabinet. You see, APC initially set up a strategies immediately after President Ahmed Tinubu was sworn in, and they have been executing those strategies perfectly. And I can tell you, if not all has been achieved, 80% of the strategies put in place has been achieved. But there is still a problem in the midst of the cabinet. You see, one thing I want to let you to understand today is that election is won spiritually before physical. The reason why there is tension and panicking in the midst is because to them, physically, the election has been won, but spiritually, there is something that is telling all of them that they will lose the election. There is something that is going through every APC strongman that is telling them that this election will not be easy for them to go away with it. You see, I will itemize, or I will mention the strategies that they have executed so far. You know, immediately when Tinubu win election, what number one thing they first implement do was to make sure that no other political party exists for any candidate to challenge President Tinubu in the coming election. And that is why they have to engage the activities of the people in those parties to use them to destroy the party, like the one we have in Labour Party. They have to engage people like Abure Kam and the Arabin Kam. And in PDP, we know what is going on in PDP. Wike has been there doing the job and to make sure that nobody, no single politician can rise in that political platform. And I believe to an extent, they have achieved that strategies perfectly. The second strategy was to make sure that every state that they have opposition party, they have to force them to decamp to APC, to give the feelings that there is no opposition party that is ready to challenge the present president. And to an extent, they have been able to achieve that. You see, most of the politicians who are decamping, to APC, they are not decamping because they like the party or they love President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, but they are doing so because they believe there is no functionable platform, political platform for them to win the next election. So if there is no platform, the only platform that is available, they will go in there to see if they can secure their next victory. And they have achieved, to an extent, they have achieved that. Then the number 30 strategies that they also put in place was for the president to appoint all the key leaders of all the various institutions like the INEC, the police, the militaries, and every institutions that involves in leaderships and control of powers. The judiciaries, make sure that you put people who are there that are going to be loyal to you. And they have succeeded in installing people that are already loyal to them. And the last one, which is number 4, strategies, was to crush any opposition leaders that will have the moral, the integrity to contest, is to crush that person morally, spiritually, and physically. Make sure that you can use every form of state apparatus to crush that person down, to make sure that they don't have anybody who can challenge President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the next coming election. And they are doing that. That's why you see that most of the political elite from the north, they are very silent at this moment because they believe that they were part of this present government. For the fact that they were part of this government knows the evil, and they are ready to use those evil that they committed against them. They are ready to make sure that they use every state element and apparatus to subdue those leaders who are ready to challenge them. And to an extent, you see that most of the opposition leaders are very silent. The reason why they are very silent now is because they have been afraid to go to prison. Because most of the people we are seeing in opposition today, they all have something in their bust. They are all criminals, and which this present government understood, and they are ready to use it. Okay, one person is still their biggest fear, and the person is Mr. Peter Obi. They have looked for every means politically upside to see how they can use to trap Peter Obi. They have tested their popularity even when they have captured all states. They are still being afraid of the very man. It is because one thing APC have failed to do is they have failed to capture the real people. The people that vote elections are the masses. When you neglect the three people, you are going to have a problem. No matter if you capture everything and you fail to capture the people, you have a problem. And you see, recently Mr. Peter Obi has decamped to ADC. It is already ringing in their minds that ADC might give Peter Obi the ticket to run for 2027 election. That is what is on ground now. And if peradventure ADC give Peter Obi the ticket to run, it means APC is gone. You see, the people that put President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the power, to be very sincere, are the North. He did not win election in the Southeast, South, and some part of the Middle Belt. He even lost in some state, in Southwest, where he comes from. So today, that there is a lot of hardship, a lot of policy that they have put that is already biting the people. If the election is being conducted today, it will not be easy for them to secure that same vote from those areas where he managed to win. And I can guarantee you that if election is being conducted today, Tinubu might not be able to win 5 states from the core North. So the present people in the power understand the weight of Peter Obi. And that is why you see that there is total silence now in APC. The silence you are seeing is not because of anything. It is because they have exhausted all their strategies. They have exhausted all their strategies. And spiritually, and they are still feeling that something is left to be done. And they are still looking for that. So 2027 will be another year of political storm. A year that everything will change in Nigeria, either for good or bad. And these people, they are not ready to leave power. Because if they leave, or if they lost election, most of them go to prison for life. And they understand the consequences of all the atrocity they have committed. Please like, watch, and subscribe. Drop your comment below. Let me know what you think. Thank you.